Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today I wanted to answer a question that I actually get a lot with people that are starting small space gardens. And the question is, can you make money with your small space garden? So the answer to that question is yes. There are tons of different ways that you can make money with your small space garden. One of the ways would be to grow the one thing that grows really easily, which are herbs. So herbs are something that can provide you with a ton of products, essentially. And a lot of people don't need a lot of herbs, so a little goes a long way. So one of the things that I find that can make you profitable, and one of the things that I did over the holidays for my garden because I wanted to buy more seeds is I grew a lot of herbs and I sold the herbs, and they were easy to sell because a lot of the stores were running low on herbs, like fresh herbs. So when it came to people trying to find sage, even like dried sage or rubbing sage, a lot of people couldn't find it. And I had tons of sage in my backyard and also in my house. So one of the things that I did was I sold little bundles of sage just in my community. You can easily put up just a post on Facebook or Instagram, or the neighborhood app is another really good one, and just let people know, hey, these are the fresh herbs I have. If you guys want a couple of sprigs, they are X amount of dollars. And that is one easy way you can sell things coming out of your garden. So guys, before we really start the video, I do want to put up a disclaimer. I am going to be talking about different herbs and different herbs that can also be medicines for you. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know that I am not your healthcare professional. So everything that I'm suggesting, make sure that it's something that'll be beneficial for you and know what it is that you're selling. So look it up, do your research, so that then when somebody asks you or has questions about it, you can potentially guide them in the right direction. Now, some of these herbs that I'm going to be talking about aren't used for medicine. Literally just roast them with some chicken or some fish and they're amazing, but some of them are natural medicines. So make sure that you guys know that. I will leave 3 books down below that I recommend that I use. I have been practicing natural medicine for a long time, but I do like to go back and refresh on things when there's a symptom that I get stumped on. So these are 3 books that I use, and I highly recommend them for you guys, but make sure you do your research. Now, the other thing you can do is you can make things with the herbs and sell that product. One of the things I love to do is I make herb butters. So I'll make a rosemary butter, I'll make a dill butter is one of my favorites to make. I'll make just any type of herb that people want mixed in with butter, I make, because my herbs grow like weeds and usually they're more than what I need. So I dry what I need, I make the butters for what I need, and then what do you do when you're left over with all these many herbs? Don't let them go to waste, so you can easily sell them. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of plants that I have because I am going to go picking for some herbs in my garden just because they need to be pruned and I want to keep them healthy, and I'm going to be making a couple things too as well. But the other thing that I just also forgot to mention is that you can make teas with your herbs too as well, and you can put them together in just like little bundles and sell them as teas. So you can make a tea for headaches, a tea for colds, a tea for whatever, and sell them as little bundles. So then that way people that want to have a more holistic approach to treating different things, you can sell the teas for them. You can sell them on basic things like Etsy, or like I said, just in your neighborhood. You can put up a flyer in your neighborhood, or you can use the neighborhood app, which is a great source to use, and pretty much every neighborhood has one. And you can also use things like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, any of those things. So let's go look at some of the plants that I have that are growing like crazy, and you can see that they're growing in small spaces, but they're still producing a lot. So I apologize in advance, guys. I am struggling with light today because the sun is all over the place. It wants to be out and then it wants to be in. Then it wants to be out and then it wants to be in. It really won't make up its mind. So lighting is going to be an issue. So the first plant I want to talk to you guys about is my dill plant. Now dill grows like a weed. Like it literally will just take over everything, and if left to its own demise, it will literally take over everything and probably turn into a little dill monster. Now, one of the things I love to do with my dill is I love to make dill butter. I don't really like to just have fresh dill. That's really not my jam, but I like to just make little dill butters and then easily just take out those little things, pop them on a piece of fish, a piece of chicken, let them roast, and it turns out amazing. So I'm going to show you guys my dill plant, which if you watch a few videos back, you'll know that I cut the dill plant and pulled 2 of the extra dills, so you'll see how crazy it grows. So this is my dill plant. Isn't it insane that this is just, I think I have down here 4 dill plants, and apparently there was, it looked like, I think I pulled 2 extra ones, so there was 6 of them, which is way too much dill than I'll ever need. So every week I can literally come out here, pull some of these dill weeds, just some of these sprigs, make some dill butter, and then I can have a product that I can sell to my neighbors or to my friends and family. Okay, so I cut the dill plant way back. One, because I have a couple of orders for some dill butter that I need to fill, and also I'm going to fertilize today. So tomorrow's video, you guys will see my fertilization video that I have going on, basically for like my heavy fertilizer between seasons. If you guys were at the AZ worm farm earlier, I was just there, so we all were like, hi. So that was fun. Now the next one I'm going to talk to you guys about is catnip. Now catnip is something that was new to my garden this year, and I found that catnip is a holistic herb where it can help with headaches in humans, or it can just be like a little drug for cats. And I dried a bit of it and I drank some tea, and it does help with headaches, so it was really good for that. But it grows like a crazy wild mint, and not all the time do I have a headache, so I don't need this much catnip. But what I did find is that some of my neighbors love to give their cats catnip, and I can easily dehydrate it, put it in little baggies, and they can spread it on their food, spread it in their little cat balls or whatever, and they love to have it. So it's been a nice way for me to keep this catnip under control. So I'm going to show you guys how crazy it is, and I just cut this one back maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's already this big. So right here in front is my catnip. Now this is insane. This is my medicinal herb bed, and while I have some of the other medicinal herbs kind of growing, I planted some radishes right here in the back, so that's what you guys will see right there. But I have a toothache plant, I have catnip, I have hyssop, and I have chamomile. And the catnip is running a little bit wild, so I am going to cut that back. Now how I can have a medicinal bed this small is by keeping everything kind of contained and under control. So you don't want things to overgrow, otherwise they'll choke out the other plants that you have. See, now that the catnip isn't taking over the bed, I can now see that the radishes are just about ready to come out. So those will be food for next week. Alright guys, this is already a lot. Now the next thing I'm going to grab is some sweet marjoram. Now one of the amazing parts about being in such a great community as the garden community is that everybody knows something that you don't know. And if you don't know how to use something, or if you don't know what something can do for you, all you have to do is simply ask. So I had posed the question on Instagram of what to do with all the sweet marjoram I had, and one of my amazing Instagram friends named Shelly was like, hey, use it as an asthma treatment. And I thought, why have I never known this? I have asthma. And she was right. I made a tea with it, and I put a couple of other things in there too as well, just for flavor, and it works perfect for my asthma. So I'm going to show you how crazy this sweet marjoram bush is, because I cut it back all the time. It grows in a super small space, but it's highly productive. So this is it, guys, in all of its glory. And look, it's growing right here next to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other plants just surrounding it, not even including the ones in the back, and it's doing really, really well, and it grows like crazy. So I'm going to cut this one back too as well, because once again, these are teas that a lot of people could use and not have just in their cabinets, or you just can't go to the grocery store and buy them normally. Now, the nice part about sweet marjoram is that it also is very delicious on chicken, so you can also make an herb butter out of that and have that in your little basket of things that you can sell. So that is just a couple of things that you can use herb-wise. I also have lemon balm that does really good, mint that does really good, rosemary when it's in a warmer time does really good, basil. All of these little things you can grow yourselves in pots and create a business for yourself. So if you were thinking of different ways that you can make money with a small space garden, that is it. So I'm going to take all of these in the house and process them. I just want to remind you guys too that I am not I'm not your healthcare professional. So make sure that you guys are doing your research so that you know which plants do what, because these plants are herbs, but there are also medicines. So you want to make sure that you have the proper doses and you're mixing the proper things the way that they should be mixed. I recommend 2 books that I will leave down below that you can use, or actually 3 that you can use to be able to help you with your guide to having natural medicine and being able to provide that. But being able to just dry the herbs and sell the herbs as what they are, they can be really beneficial and a moneymaker for you in your small space garden, because herbs grow like crazy. So until next time, guys, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye, guys.